Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about my very first Reiki session that I had a few weeks ago with a friend named BoYee. It was amazing, first of all. I got to lay down on my bed and I played this like calm meditation music and I had my Christmas lights plugged in and I just kind of created a space that would be comforting for me. I had even like a pumpkin spice candle going. But BoYee was on the phone, and so at first I was like, wait, isn't Reiki supposed to be like with your hands over my body, like feeling my energy? And she surprised me because she didn't need to be in the same room for me to have amazing experiences. So we started out just with some deep breathing and just with her kind of guiding me through relaxing my toes and my feet and my legs and my arms and like every single part of my body that I didn't even realize like I could relax, like my jaw and my eyelids and like the back of my neck, just all these things. She helped me experience total relaxation. So as I continued to breathe, then we started to move through each different chakra color. And so we started out with my root chakra. And I might get kind of real with you guys here, but I always do. I try and be as authentic and real as possible because in me sharing my story, that not only allows me to kind of understand myself better, but it also, I've found, opens up a doorway for other people to share some of their most real and authentic experiences too. So we started out in my root chakra, which is red, and she just kind of had me visualize that color just like growing and lots of like energy down at the base of my tailbone. And as I did that, she just kind of started to feel things that would come up, and so she'd say different words that would resonate with her, and she would ask me if that had any connection to me and what I'm doing, and oftentimes it did. And so what I ended up doing for my root chakra was she had me imagine that the bottoms of my feet were like huge roots going down into the earth, which they are. You know, you've all heard of grounding, but this was a visualization for me to be able to release all of the pain and discomfort because your root chakra deals with safety and security. And for me to just release some of those worries into the earth was such a beautiful thing because she explained to me that like this doesn't hurt the earth and like it's a safe place for you to kind of free yourself from some of those pains. And so we did that, and then we moved up to my sacral chakra, which is an orange color, and we again did some breathing and we visualized the orange color beaming outward. And as we did this, we got into some pretty deep stuff actually. She asked me if I had ever had any sexual abuse or trauma, and so I was able to share with her something that had happened to me when I was like 6 or 7 years old. There was a person that we trusted in our family to babysit my brother and I, and some not okay things happened. And I explained all the hairy details to her, but as I explained this, she just kind of had me freeze the moment. And so I froze the moment, and then I showed up as my adult self or myself now and just kind of observed what was going on. And in doing so, it just brought tears to my eyes because I had never given myself permission just to fully see what had happened there. And she gave me permission to go and comfort my young child self, or be the parent figure or the friend figure or the personal self, like whatever I needed to hear in that moment. And I just was able to surround myself, the little girl version of me, with so much love and care. And I get to do that now as a third grade teacher and just like help support my little ones. And so for me to be able to do that for my own self was such a powerful and freeing thing. And we started to like breathe into that, and she's like, all right, let's move into your power chakra. And I was like, wait, there's some more. And so I was able to then share with her some of the traumatic experiences sexually that had happened in some of the relationships that I've been in my early adulthood. And I didn't realize how scarring they were. Like they've always been there, but like just being able to breathe into that, she had me recognize like how would I have wanted to feel in those moments, and what didn't I feel? So basically, like, I wasn't feeling powerful and I wasn't feeling secure in myself. And so she had me say some like affirmations or pick 3 words of how I would have wanted to feel. And one of them was grounded and confident and empowered, or those were the 3. And so then she just repeated them back to me as I breathed in with that color and visualizing the orange like beaming out. She said, grounded, powerful, confident, grounded, powerful, confident. And she had me start chanting them with her until I was saying them with such affirmations and such strength and power and confidence. And I felt grounded because my feet, remember, I had visualized them having roots at the bottom of them. And so I just totally felt that in that moment. And I know that if something was to ever happen like that again, I could go into that state of power and it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't. And so all of a sudden I was free, not only from that past experience, but also from any future experiences that are the similar. From there, we moved into my power chakra, right in your tummy. It's yellow. And BoYee was able to feel instantly that this was a really strong one for me. I've done a lot of self-care and personal development and just really coming into my own over the last couple of years. And so we just kind of appreciated that and sent love to that space and kind of carried on. When we got to my heart chakra, which is green in color, she was able to see that I have a lot of love and I'm very compassionate and that I give, and that's just in my nature, and I can feel that myself. Like everything that she said, I was like, yep, she's spot on. Yep, I feel that. Like there's sensations within my chest even. And so as we were going through this, she said, hold on, a word is coming to mind. And she said the word brother. She said, do you have a brother? And I said, I do actually. And she thought that maybe some like tension between me and my brother existed. And I started to explain to her that my brother and I actually have a really strong relationship, but it's funny that she mentioned my brother because I was thinking about him. His heart has been hurting pretty bad, or at least it was about a month ago when we had this session. And he was feeling kind of heartbroken, and I was feeling heartbroken for him. And so it was crazy that she was able to sense that I had that pain in my heart just from having a close relationship with him. But we sent love to my brother, and we sent love to the other person involved in that situation, and we just kind of surrounded it with green positive energy. And it was cool for me to be able to do that. Like I've never used my energy consciously to like send positive goodness in that way. So that was really awesome for me. With my throat chakra that deals with communication, she said, wow, Katie, you're like a really eloquent person. And we kind of were drawing upon some of the experiences we had together at Train the Trainer. And communication just kind of comes naturally to me. I feel like I'm able to articulate my words and my feelings and ideas and kind of convey things in ways that some people may be able to understand it just a little bit better because I was able to explain it in such a way. But she said there's some kind of block, like there's something that you're not expressing right now. Like, what is it? And I was like, okay, again, she's spot on. For me, what I was experiencing about a month ago was kind of a disconnection from someone I had gotten really close with. This was actually someone I shared with her that I was able to get so vulnerable and open and authentic with that, like, I had never felt more seen or valued or understood or just respected and loved in, like, all of my life. And it was such a beautiful relationship and existence in my world, and for whatever reason, it wasn't there anymore, and there was a disconnect, and I just was feeling kind of, I don't know, that pull and that tug that I lost that ability to communicate with that person. But what I was able to realize through that experience and upon reflection now is that my ability to connect with that beautiful divine human being doesn't have to stop. I'm able to now tap into that way of expression and share myself with the world in that way. And we were able to just kind of connect. And BoYee had me visualize this other person in my life and myself, and just kind of our communication chakras in our throats connecting, and we sent beautiful expressive energy both ways. And she just imagined us as like two cords running down, and it was very spot on that she used the word cord, given the fact that this person that I got close with has something very special about their spinal cord that they're going through. So interesting, just the way that she's able to pick up on all the vibes and just help me like feel calm and restful and like in control over some of those emotions that I've been really experiencing. When we got to my third eye chakra, which is right here, it deals with your intuition. She was able to tell me that like she feels like I'm very intuitive, and I do as well. It's something that I'm just now coming into, but like even since my Reiki session with BoYee, like I've been sensing things in my body. Like I'll get tingles in like my chest and my cheek, or like sometimes it'll be in like my belly and like one of my legs, and like I'm just starting to notice where things show up for me, because every single experience that we have is just an indicator for where to go next. So I was grateful for her to recognize that about me and just kind of reaffirm what I was already feeling. And she gave me some tips on how I can continue to lean into that. And then when we got to my crown chakra, we just imagined like this white light like beaming out and me being able to share my divine gifts with the world and connect with other people. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to have a Reiki session with BoYee, because even though I was aware of these different energy centers within my whole body, I didn't understand how to fully sink into them. And now when I'm experiencing things in my day-to-day life, I can tap into those different energy centers and know where I can like feel and sense where my blockages are and kind of guide myself through some of those painful experiences or positive experiences and just break through whatever limiting beliefs are holding me back. So I highly recommend getting a Reiki session with BoYee and just connecting with her, because she has spent some time connecting with herself and with the divine universe, and in doing so she's able to communicate with you and with herself and just with the ether that exists out there in a way that's not your average or typical, not the way your average or typical person might be able to. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know if you have ever had a Reiki session and what your experience was like. I would love to connect more with you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful fall day, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.